All 4 of the COVID deaths in the valley reported today were residents of long-term care facilities. They're by far the deadliest location, accounting for 73% of all deaths in Maricopa County. It is not an exaggeration to say what's happening inside long-term care facilities is a matter of life and death right now. You've told us you want this information in order to make decisions about the care of your loved ones. It's why in just 5 days we'll be in court in front of a judge, fighting to get the names and locations of facilities with COVID-19 outbreaks. Our lawyers just submitted their final written arguments, and here's ABC 15 investigator Dave Biscobing.
Now, before you tune out, you may ask, why are we telling you what our attorneys are arguing? Transparency. See, we are suing the state. That means Arizona is spending your tax dollars to fight us. In fact, they've hired 2 outside law firms to fight us. That's even more of your money to defend their secrecy about places where hundreds are dying. That's why we believe you should know exactly what we want, what we're doing, and what we're saying. On May 27th at Maricopa County Superior Court, a judge will hear oral arguments in a lawsuit filed by ABC 15 and these other media organizations against the Arizona Department of Health Services. Now, before we tell you our arguments, here are the state's arguments, which we first heard last week. The state says communicable disease information is generally confidential. Releasing info to us would reveal patients' names. Privacy interests outweigh the public's right to know, and the publicity from releasing this information could harm the businesses. To that final point, they even use the Hacienda rape case as an example, blaming news coverage for continued problems at a facility where a nurse impregnated an incapacitated woman, and she gave birth without the facility knowing she was pregnant. In a final response, our attorneys filed a 14-page answer. Here are 4 of the key rebuttals. First, it's against the law to stall the way Arizona did, delaying for a month and then ignoring our requests until we threatened to sue. 2, by using Arizona's own broad arguments about the secrecy of communicable disease data, the state's own dashboard of COVID-19 information would be unlawful. 3, under Arizona's arguments, the executive order issued by Governor Doug Ducey on May 4th would also break the law. Under legal pressure for the secrecy, he ordered facilities to notify residents, families, and people applying to live in a facility if there are cases. But if they can release it to those people, it also exposes the fallacy of the state's assertions. And 4, when it comes to Hacienda, the comparison is undeniably false and just a last-ditch attempt to blame media publicity instead of the facility for allowing a nurse to commit a heinous crime on a helpless resident. Bottom line, we are not seeking anyone's name. Instead, we want the names of the facilities and their number of cases. Here's a line from our lawyers that highlight the overall issue at stake. If there was ever a time for prompt disclosure of public records, it's now, when such information could mean the difference between life and death. I'm investigator Dave Biscobing, ABC 15, Arizona.
In support of our fight against the state, the Arizona Center for Disability Law and AARP Arizona have also submitted briefs to the judge. If you have information or concerns about a long-term care facility, let us know.